I started singing, and you should see the people who are running the auditions' faces. One woman gasped. She held her mouth. Their faces, they could not hide their disappointment in how terrible I was. I am in studio in LA. Tom Thakkar is holding down the fort in New York with Ian Fidance.
How's your butthole? But in a caring way.
Yas queen.
Yeah, it's doing great. Thank you so much.
Good to
feels
hear.
good this morning.
Good.
Feels good most mornings. I can't remember the last time my butthole didn't feel great.
I'm
But
so
thanks for
jealous.
asking,
I'm
Ian.
very jealous. Good for you.
Really? Like,
Yeah.
you know what? Let me introduce our guest for this hour of the show. I am so excited and proud to introduce my friend, my dance partner. I never thought I would say those words. My dance partner, Gleb Savchenko, everyone.
Woo!
This
What
is
up,
Ian and
Gleb?
Tom. Look at
Guys,
them.
good morning.
How's it going, pal?
What's up, Gleb?
Great.
Oh, God damn it, guys.
Whoa.
We're really doing it. I don't know
This
what's
camera's
happening with
flying
this.
around.
We're
Are you,
doing it.
is you
We're
a
in it to
drone
win
flying
it.
around the studio?
Yeah, right?
In it to win it.
Are we in it to win it,
Yes, we are.
Gleb? Okay.
100%.
Can't wait.
Come
Yeah,
on. Come
you're-
on.
You're hilarious. That's not what you said when we were on the press
Oh,
line yesterday.
shit.
at
What'd you
Planet
say,
Hollywood
Gleb?
in New York.
What'd you say?
Gleb,
Son of
what'd
a
you
bitch.
say? No,
I
you
was
know.
like,
This
she's
is a
great.
gotcha show.
She's great.
he just goes.
She looks like a dancer when she don't move.
Yeah.
She's so cute when she's sleeping.
yeah, that's exactly the vibe that we have. It's I do better when I'm just standing. I can really hit a pose. I can really strike a pose. There are times when Gleb will position my body in the way that it's supposed to be, and he's like, "See, this is it. This is it." And I'll be like, I feel like my organs are shutting down from this position. Like, I will be so twisted, and I'm like, how am I supposed to find that? He'll be like, that line, those lines are great. I'm like, that's not a line. I have scoliosis now from what you're doing to me. It has been so much fun with this guy. You watch the show Dancing with the Stars. Gleb has been on it. What number season is this for you as a pro?
9.
Wow.
You've
I
been
did
on,
nine seasons. Yeah.
You've done 9 seasons as a
9
pro?
Don't
seasons
hurt
as a
'em.
pro, but I've done it in different countries.
Different countries, yeah. I mean, they told me yesterday there are 52 countries where they do Dancing with the Stars.
Wow.
52.
Yeah.
Isn't
That's
that
wild.
insane? So Gleb has done many different versions worldwide, but he's been on the American version for how many seasons now as a pro?
Since season 16.
Since season 16, and now we're in season 27. So
Damn.
Gleb
Oh,
is...
I missed a couple of them. So
yeah, he was in and out. He was
In and out,
traveling,
in and
and
Total, it was like 8 or 9.
yeah. So you've
Wow.
worked with 8 or 9 celebrities at this point, stars, and
Yes.
trained them.
Yes.
I mean, you don't really, you see it on the show, and I never really watched the show, but I would always, you hear sound bites, you hear celebrities talk about their experience on the show, and they always say like their partners and them become so close, and it's so you spend so much time together, and you go, yeah. I mean, Gleb is now one of my best friends because I dance with him every day. It's such an intimate relationship. I know that I'll know this man for the rest of my life, which is weird. I told him the other day, we're gonna be at each other's funerals. One of us is gonna go to each other's funeral. Isn't that a weird thing to say to someone? But
I'm
it's
gonna
true for
die
most of the
with
people in your
you.
life. or we'll die together,
get funeral
Gleb.
plots together.
Yeah.
Oh
good idea.
yeah, that's great. That's a great idea.
Gleb, we have a
God.
contract for you to sign to agree.
But Gleb is someone that when I did my research, when I knew I was going to do the show and I was looking at all the dancers, I was like, who do I want? And he was like my number one pick. And then I walked into the room to meet him, and I was
No, it
so
was
excited.
awesome. Yeah, it was awesome. The first day when we met, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to dance with this girl.
Yeah.
We did a little twirl, remember? Like, I turned you onto the arm, and you were like, I was like, oh my God, I got so excited until the first rehearsal.
Until.
And then it kind
Oh,
of like,
Gleb.
Damn,
No.
Gleb.
No, it was a real.
Oh,
that's a real
man.
thing. Like
no, but then, now we're like 10 days in, and I'm actually excited for this performance.
I know,
think we're gonna
Gleb-
kill it.
Gleb took a
It's gonna be
shift the
great.
other day. Like we've been through some big ups and downs. Like it did not start great, but it was still early enough that I wasn't getting totally discouraged. Then
So
there
how
were
do you feel now? Tell me. Like, I want to know.
Okay, so Gleb, I practiced last night. and because I didn't want to disappoint you today, because our last rehearsal, you were a little bit. There was we just both get frustrated at that my body doesn't do what my mind knows, and what I've done. What I've done over, like, I will do a dance move that we will perfect. I'll do it like 50 times right. Like, he'll drill me so that it's muscle memory, you know? And then we turn on the music and I completely forget it. And he had to like leave the room the other day because he was so frustrated. And I was frustrated with myself. I just fall to the ground. I go, no, because it's like, we just did this. I've never been on that side of things where I'm teaching someone something and they have it and they get it and you're so proud of them and then they lose it as if they never knew it. But it must be frustrating.
I mean, it's hard to move to the music, you know. If you've never done it before, like it's good.
I know.
It's hard, but it's possible.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And you're gonna be great.
I've already like done things that I didn't think I could do. Like I watched the video. We record ourselves at rehearsal, and then I watch it back. And I was watching it in slow-mo last night and really going over it and then practicing it a lot. Here's how I feel, Gleb, to be honest. I want it. I got in a wormhole yesterday. Gleb and I were both on the same flight, and he was sitting next to Vivica A. Fox. I was sitting next to some guy who was like just some guy. I don't even know. And I got into a Dancing with the Stars wormhole, and I watched too many videos, and I got in my head.
Oh no!
And I watched Zendaya too much, which you were in one of her dances.
Yes.
The salsa with Zendaya.
Yeah, that was the salsa.
If I danced the rest of my life, every day, trained like an Olympian, I would never even be able to do 1/10 of that day. I mean, she was so perfect. I mean, and you were, that was a fun dance, right?
It was fun. Yeah.
It was so good. And then and that's the problem is like, I can't be watching these other videos. I have to just like be competing against I have to compare myself to
Don't
myself.
compare yourself to anybody. Just compare yourself to yourself and try to be better than you were yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know that I am better than I was yesterday.
Well, if you look at the first video that we shot on the beginning of rehearsals when we just met, and then you look at the video now from like yesterday, it's totally different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do see improvement.
You are a dancer. Remember your homework. You have to look in the mirror every morning and say to yourself, "I am a dancer."
Yeah. Gleb gives me homework.
I do that every morning.
Gleb really had a powerful moment with me the other day where he's like, and it was real. You were like mad, and I liked it because the other day you like snapped into. We have a lot of fun. Gleb is a really fun, funny guy, and we joke a lot, and we get a lot of work done. But we have moments of like, when I mess up, we joke about it. But the other day you were frustrated, and I could tell that you came in with a different attitude of like, I'm gonna work this bitch today. Like we were doing cardio. Like we were sweating, and you had a moment later on in the rehearsal where you were like, you are a funny person, but you are not he said the greatest quote. He was like, you do jokes, but you are not a joke. You're not a joke, Nikki. You're not a joke. You are a Victoria's Secret supermodel, which is like secretly what I always want to be. So you like really nailed it. He was like, you are like on the runway, super sexy. You have to be sexy. And I just never have felt. This is a challenge for me, is to be sexy and I can act sexy, like I can act it, but to actually be it and believe it is a totally different thing. So I'm really trying, like when I do my makeup, I put on my music and I just dance around like a real slut. Like I'm trying to just be a slut. I'm trying to like ooze sexuality wherever I go. I want everyone like wanting to fuck me wherever I go because I need to get in that mindset for this dance of being like really powerful, really sexy, and not like goofy, because it's so easy for me to like make a goofy face or make a goofy movement.
Dance to one of the Kanye's new song.
Kanye's which one? Oh yeah, that one.
Oh
yeah, it's about such a dirty slut.
Yeah.
Yes, Gleb.
Wait, it's a Kanye song?
Yeah, there's a what is it? Kanye and who?
What's his name?
Oh, I don't know if I've heard this.
Yeah. Oh
Gleb just said it's Kanye and Lil something. Thanks for being specific.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's it's so hard, and I still have to learn another dance before. What?
Lil Pump.
It's next.
Lil Pump.
Lil Pump.
Lil Pump.
Who's making these dances up?
Gleb.
Oh, I don't know this.
Gleb?
Gleb is. You don't understand what these
Gleb's
guys
making
do.
them
Like.
up?
He choreographs the dances. He has to teach them to me. So literally it's really hard to teach someone who's never done a thing when you're the best at it in the world. I mean, Gleb has been dancing since he was 7. He's one of the best dancers in the world. He is a world champion. I mean, it's just true. You're like a you watch.
I never won a world championship, but
you've gone to world championships. Really awesome. You've gotten really close, and you would have won them had you been in the right country to win them, because there's a lot of politics going on in the world of dancing. Gleb literally is respected as one of the best dancers in the world. I know that. And on the show, he stands out, like, even amongst everyone. No offense to the other dancers, but your eye is drawn to Gleb when he's dancing. He just has a style that is very. I don't even know anything about dancing, and I'm like, there's something special going on with that guy. And but he it's really challenging. They choreograph it. He comes up with the concept. He has a whole creative vision for it. And the other day, like, it was so weird. We were doing the dance, and there's a part in the dance where I walk away, I see him, and I'm like, hey, you, what's up? And then I kind of walk away from him because I'm like, I'm done with you. And then I try to take 2 steps, and then I go, wait a second, I want to go back to him. And he's like. And he's telling me, he's like, Nikki, so the dance is you walk away, and then you turn around and you come back and you realize, no, like, I'm not done with him. And I'm like, do you know my life? Like, this dance, he's choreographed a dance that is my love life of just like going away, coming back, going away, coming back.
Did you just try to put on the Russian accent a little bit?
Yes, I tried to put on Russian accent. Gleb, yeah, I mean, you have a Russian accent. I know you want to lose it, but it is very strong, and it's good though. I don't think you should lose it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. I want to be able to. I want to be able to keep it, but if I want to, just get rid of it so no one knows that.
Can you try to do like the most American accent you can do?
American accent, like you speak now.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like, yeah.
Say
something. You say something.
Okay. Gleb, I can't dance.
Gleb, I can't dance.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
It sounds like Tommy from the Disaster Artist.
Damn.
Yeah, it really does, kind of.
Dance.
But Gleb, your story is really fascinating. Like, you're a hot guy who a lot of people can write off as like, oh, he's just like a hot dancer, hot dude. I could write you off that way, and I will. I'll continue to write you off that way. But I also do know the truth about you, which is like what got you into dancing? I find your story kind of fascinating.
My
you grew up in Moscow, right?
My grandmother. So what happened? Yeah, I grew up in Moscow. I was 7 years old. I really liked a girl in my class. We were in one class, and she joined dancing, and I asked my grandma to go and sign me up, because I just wanted to see her more.
The girl.
The girl.
Yeah.
And that's how I started. And then, eventually I started dancing with her, and then she quit dancing because her parents moved. And then.
But like, didn't you were in this dance class, and people who go to dance classes to like scout talent stop by, and you were just in this, and they were like, that guy has it.
There was like a local small competition where, judges from the whole town came in to judge, and one judge came up to my parents and said, this guy got talent, why don't you kind of like push a little harder and have private lessons and just more training. That's what my parents did, and that's how I got into it, and then I never stopped.
Yeah. And
where's the girl
and
now?
At what where is she now? No.
The girl was danced the entire time. She was danced.
She was dead. So, where did you I like the turn in the story where you were dancing in Russia, and then you got to a place where you were great. I mean, how old were you? You were 14?
Yeah, so what happened, I was dancing. We won a lot of competitions. I had, I don't know, 10, 12 different partners every half a year. I don't know why I was changing partners. And by the age of 14, I knew it's good. Yeah. By the age of 14, I knew it's going to be my career.
Yeah. Wow.
So
early.
but it was hard. Like in Russia, it's hard with everything. Like the mentality of the parents is that if you do something, you got to be great at it. Otherwise, there's no point invest money and time into it. And if you don't do it right now and you don't deliver it, we're not gonna do it anymore. That's what my parents' mentality was like this. And if we do it, it's not just a hobby; it's 100% your career, and it's in everything. Like people play hockey or dancing or soccer or anything else.
Yeah.
So and they push till the point where they reach like we have to pay for private lessons, we have to, afford dance clothes and shoes. Everything was really expensive. It was like brought from overseas because nothing's been produced in Russia at that time. It was like 25 years ago. We were dancing, we were in a good level, but there was no way that I wanted to.
How much dancing were you doing when you would go to school and you would go right to dancing afterwards? Did you like 3 hours every day after school?
Like 3, 4.
Wow.
Yeah, 4 hours. Yeah, with a partner, and then every weekend we'd go and travel maybe different towns to compete and do all these local competitions. And we were at that point, we were like top 5 in Russia at the Russian championship. But at that point, like, I understand there's no way, even if I'll be the greatest dancer and better than everybody else, I'll be number 1 or 2 to be able to go to the world championship to represent the country.
To represent Russia, you would have to be 1 or 2.
Top 2 couples to represent the
country. And to be in that position, you would need to have a lot of money. You have to best clothes, the best training, the best travel, like everything.
Exactly.
So you go, I want to compete on a world level, and for me to do that, I'd have to be the 2 of the best, which I probably am skill-wise. But
my teacher came up to me and said, listen, you got to just change the country of representation. You have to go somewhere else and just represent that country to be able to go to the world championship. And, you can win the world championship and everybody's going to know about you. But you have to, be first or second place. So I thought about it and I was like, where's the closest place on the map? And I just Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, Finland, there's everything like all around Russia. It was just overnight train ride. So I just got a visa to Lithuania, and I went to Lithuania because my teacher's wife lived there and kind of knew the whole scene. And
you really go there to find a girl.
To find a girl.
To find a partner.
To find a partner.
And you were how old?
I was 15.
So you're 15 and you took a train to Lithuania.
Yeah.
To go meet a potential partner.
Yeah.
And you get there, and what is that like? Do you go on a date? Do you just meet in the dance studio and then just start dancing?
I remember I was on. So I got there. I took a bus. I had the address, so I took a bus to the place where that coach lived.
Yeah.
And I was just sleeping in one room. She put me in there for 2 nights, and then we just went to the dance studio, and she had a few girls that I tried out with, and then there was a competition the next day, and I saw this girl. She was really, really good. I was like, I want to dance with her. She goes, there's no way you'll be able to dance with her because she, they're number 1 in here.
She already has a partner.
She already has a partner. And I didn't dance with her, so it was I left, and then I told my dad I need another $300 to go to Latvia because there's another girl waiting for me. My dad are you crazy? What are you doing? You're 15 years old. You better go and study and do something that it's eventually is gonna make you money. I was like, no, I want to dance. So I went to Latvia, and then I went to Estonia, and then went back to Lithuania, and I spent probably 8 months traveling around Europe just trying out with all these different girls.
Yeah.
And then it was just I lost all hope. I was one day in Moscow just sitting there and be I don't know, I'm just gonna continue dance here and find another girl here. And then I got a phone call from parents of this girl that I tried out from Latvia, and they were like, listen, I think it's gonna work, you just gotta figure it out how you're gonna come to and live here, how you gonna support. I was like, don't worry about it, I got this.
Yes.
Which in my head I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. There's no way.
Yes. That really gives me a lot of hope when you go, we got this.
Yeah.
You tell me we got this all the time, and now I know what you're really thinking. It's we'll find a way. You say we've got this to me so often, and now I know what that really means, which is it's 14-year-old Gleb being
So to make the story short, I went there, started dancing with her, won all the other championships, and then we went to Lithuania. That was a funny thing. It was an open Lithuanian championship. We went there, and we won. We got first place, and that girl who didn't want to dance with me, that girl, she got second.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Hell yeah, Gleb.
Yeah.
Got her ass.
Now, Gleb, when
You got
you are
Gleb.
picking a dance partner, does it always come down to skill, or when you're a 14-year-old, pubescent boy who's like, is there any part of you that's like, yeah, she's great, but then there's this girl that's a little less great, but she's super hot. I want to dance with her. Does that play into it at all? Because honestly,
bit.
when you dance with someone, that there's gonna be you're gonna be, especially at that age. Hormones are raging.
Yeah.
You're going to end up hooking up with that person probably at that age if you're both single, young adolescent kids.
Well, the thing is, like, when I danced with that girl, like, we didn't hook up.
Oh, wow.
She wasn't really hot, but
Okay.
she was a great dancer.
She was a great dancer, yeah.
But she wasn't hot.
You weren't attracted to her, right?
I
Yeah.
wasn't.
And then you won all.
I could, but I just.
Yeah, you could. Oh, listen, Gleb,
It was on
we
the
know
table?
you can.
Yeah.
It was totally on the table. So she was into you, but you were not feeling it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Where is she now?
She's in Latvia. We're
Okay.
Still, kind of
Still
in touch.
deeply in love with you.
Okay, that's nice. So then I want to get to when you came to America. Like, how did you first get here, and why were you coming here? Oh, I want to talk about where you got so you were like down and out. You were you were out of money, and then an opportunity came into your lap, which was your face.
Yeah, well, there was like there was a lot. Yeah, so I danced with a girl, and then we danced for 2 years. I fell in love. I fell in love with another girl. Who I broke.
You
up
were
with
about
her,
to go
and
to
then-
World Championships with one partner,
Yes.
and then you fell in love with another dancer
Yeah.
who was not as skilled.
Yeah.
You switched partners right before the World Championship,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And you did not win
No.
because your partner sucked.
Yeah.
But she was super hot,
She
and
was
you guys
super
were
hot.
banging.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you lost the World Championships.
I
All
lost
of this
everything.
practice
I
for
pretty
you
much
lost everything.
Lost everything. Yeah, I came back to Moscow, like, and I said to my dad, I was like, "What am I supposed to do?" He was like, "Well, you really screwed up. Like, you go and figure it out yourself." So I had no money. I had pretty much like no place to live.
How old were you at this point?
I was 19. 18.
Okay.
Yeah, 19. Yeah, and I started working in the fitness center, doing some salsa classes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this girl, again, like another girl,
Yep.
came up to me. She goes like, "Listen, have you ever tried modeling?" I was like, "Modeling? I mean, sure, let's try it."
Yeah.
So she took me to this model agency, and it took off. I became like one of the top models. I'd done like a bunch of different commercials.
In Russia, you were
print
like
in Russia. I was like
the guy.
Yeah, like Gigi Hadid here.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
In Russia.
Like in Russia. Yeah.
And then
And then I was like, it's too small. I gotta go and explore. Like, I gotta go. to
I'm big in
America.
Russia, but I want to be big elsewhere. And
Exactly.
you had bigger dreams, and you wanted to dance still. I mean,
Yeah.
did you think about modeling? Were you like, oh, that's just going to be my career now? Was there any part of you that said, I'll leave dancing behind?
No, dancing was always, because it was like I've danced for so many years, and dancing was always my life. So I could easily go and teach and make some money that I can pursue some other career. You know what I
Yes.
mean? That's what I wanted to do.
So
And
modeling
that's
was
what
your
I
side
did
gig.
in America. Yeah.
Yes. So we're gonna get to Gleb coming to America after the next break because he's famous in Russia at this point as a model. His face is everywhere. He's in every print thing. He's on commercials. You're making lots of money, and then you decide to go to America, and things take a turn. And we'll get to that when we get back. I'm in studio in Los Angeles with my dance partner on Dancing with the Stars Season 27, which premieres
Yay.
September 24th live.
Live.
We're gonna be dancing live.
We're gonna be dancing live salsa.
What happens if I fall, Gleb?
Just own it.
The
Own that
music keeps
fall.
going, and then I stand up and I
that's
take it from
It'll be
wherever
great
we are.
TV.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of hoping for a fall.
It's gonna go viral.
Yeah, I
That
know. It's
Epic fall.
oh my god. I was watching yesterday. I said I got into a wormhole of like watching Dancing with the Stars stuff, and fails. And there haven't been that many. There's been like one girl who like forgot her moves. I forget who it was, but like since you've been on the show, what's been like the craziest thing that's happened live in your experience?
Craziest thing is when someone has a cramp and like you can't really move.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Kirstie
on-
Alley, she had that with Max when they did a rumba, and Max had a cramp on his leg, and he could not, like, they were doing this like not a lift, but he was like dipping her somewhere, and he had a cramp on the leg, and he was like, oh, like starts shaking.
Oh,
And
man.
he had to raise the hand to like, they almost stopped the music, and he just kind of pushed through, continued. But it was pretty bad.
Wow.
But like things like, for example, you're doing a lift and the lift doesn't work, and you're like, she's about to fall, and there's like, oh my God. It's like when we did a freestyle with Jenna,
Yeah.
I was so sick, I was so exhausted, I was just so tired, and we had this lift where she jumps on my shoulders, and I have to like catch her and start running forward.
Yeah.
So I start like, I don't know what happened, but I started running forward, and I almost fell. I thought I'm falling.
'Cause you were
like,
just
I'm just falling. Yeah. I had moments like that, but everything else is fine.
What's your favorite part of the live show? I mean, the dancing is where you're probably feel the
It's just the
best.
excitement in the studio. Like all these people are watching you, and they're all so excited. You can just feel the energy.
1,000 people, right? Like,
Yeah.
isn't it a big,
Yeah.
big crowd?
Yeah.
I mean, for a live television taping, 1,000 people is a huge crowd.
Yeah.
It looks a lot smaller than that on TV. And then not to mention the 13 to 18 million people who watch it every week,
Exactly.
watching at home, and then voting, which you have to vote for me and Gleb to keep us in the competition. So please set your DVRs for September 24th and 25th. We will be dancing. We will need your votes. Team Gleb Glaze is what I'm calling us. Hashtag Gleb Glaze. GLEB
Nice.
Glaze. GLAZE. What is I mean, yeah, I guess my biggest fear is just fucking up and then realizing I fucked up and then fucking up more, and then it just spirals out of control.
Well, you gotta catch yourself. Like even if you make a mistake, you have to kind of go back and keep it together. You
Yeah.
know, don't let it, because they don't know your steps, they don't know your routine. It's only me and you who knows this. You know?
Yes.
And if you make a little mistake, just keep going, keep pushing through, and make sure you don't, show it on your face, and just kind of like fake it until you make it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. What
Yeah.
are you bad at, Gleb?
What I'm bad at?
Yeah,
I
what are
can't
you-
sing.
You can't sing.
I
Would you
can't
ever do
sing.
Would you ever do a Singing with the Stars?
Singing with stars, sure.
You would.
I would do it.
Gleb, I have to say, recently, I think 2 weeks ago, won Farming with the Stars in
Yeah.
the UK.
Celebs on the
What?
farm.
Celebs on the Farm. It's called Celebs on the
Farming?
Farm, and it's literally a farming show. Gleb is a celebrity, is a bona fide celebrity in the UK. He has a number 2 selling calendar,
Yes. Number
Yeah.
3.
number 3 selling calendar, right behind One Direction and
David Beckham.
David
Wow.
Beckham. Gleb
Wow.
Savchenko is number 3. He has I can't wait to get this calendar.
are
Are
you
you
at
going to
in
come
there,
up with a
Ian?
2019?
It's already,
Crack
it's
the
already,
200.
it's on the way here.
Wait, it's on the way?
Yeah.
Here? To
Yeah.
the studio right
Not
now.
to the studio right
Damn.
now.
I
but-
can't. Will you give me one?
Of course.
And Gleb also has a line of underwear,
yes.
What
which you
can't
said you were going to
Gleb
give
do?
me because I
Collection.
ran
Yeah,
out of underwear.
okay,
Like,
okay.
I only brought so many.
Today,
Will you
today,
seriously
today.
bring me
Yes,
some?
yes.
Will you bring me some? Because
I always forget.
every single pair is designed based on a dance style.
Yeah.
So I want the salsa kind.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, the
Okay.
chunky
The
salsa
chunky
kind.
salsa.
The queso.
Do you have a Dougie kind?
Yeah,
Remember that
yeah,
dance?
the Dougie. Yeah. So Gleb, let's go back to your story. You end up in America how? Because you had bigger aspirations. You were modeling in
So I was
Russia.
modeling in Russia.
You were in
making a
music
lot-
videos.
yeah,
You were in print ads. You were in
yeah,
commercials.
everywhere,
You were everywhere.
Everywhere.
You had the world at your fingertips. You could have anything you want. You were a single guy. You were
Oh my
slaying
God.
it.
Oh my God, it was the best time.
Oh my God,
ever.
was it the best?
the best?
I mean, you were
Best.
partying all the time, drinking
Yeah.
like a true
Yeah.
Russian.
Oh my God, yes.
You said that the other day we were talking about hangovers, and you were like, "Oh man, I was invincible
Yeah.
when I was that age."
I could literally go for like 2 days without sleep, wake up in the morning, go to work, come back, and just repeat it again, and just
Yeah.
do it like for 3-4 days.
Yeah,
Now, if I have like 1 or 2 drinks, the next morning I'm like, oh my God, I can't wake up. and
yes,
this,
yeah.
So
So you moved to America.
I moved to America.
How
moved to
did you?
Brooklyn.
What did you? You moved to Brooklyn.
Yeah, to become like a world famous model, male model.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, nothing happened. You know, I was just going from casting to casting,
Yeah, I got
audition
that
to
marker
audition,
covered,
different
baby.
and it was just nothing happened. So I was like, I ran out of money. I started teaching at the local dance studio in New York, in the city. And I was just doing it. And then I started hosting this little Russian TV program called Time Out for the Russian community, where we're just taking interviews from all these different famous people and checking out what's happening in the city to kind of let know the Russian community what's actually happening. Because, you know, you don't realize that, but a lot of people who back in the day moved from, Ukraine or Russia to America, and they moved to Brooklyn. Some of them not even being in the city ever. So they it's like their own world, in Brooklyn. They live there.
Yeah, they don't go outside of that area
exactly.
at all. Yes.
So we were trying to go around and just kind of like talk about and let them know what's happening. So
you hosted that show.
We hosted that show. Nothing happened. And I went back to dancing. I started competing again, and I left. I left New York. I went back to Moscow and went to Hong Kong.
Yeah. Because there was money to be made in Hong Kong teaching, right?
Exactly, teaching, start dancing.
The Japanese want to learn how to dance.
Chinese.
Hong Kong is in China. Oh my God. Literally just learned that Hong Kong is in China.